Abusi amesa mo akwaba bia Amanyosem dwumadie na oguso a wo hwe fa adui e ya tentam ha ne mpanyefo sinkunya na ne de awen tam so MPP na NDC e kire adwi ni nyina na so fa adwen e wode ye nkomotwetwe e bekoso na wasende o message ne de abre WhatsApp number na e da screen so no e ba be kai nsa ne akenkan nyina de ama obetima send message no mpredodo bi a ope na mo send bi a kan se wudi udi e be ka ho na akenkan be bi send message ne free de ba ne mpanyefo no mo twetwe nkomo ye nua Abraham Amaliba national Kingsley Haruna Amaliba oye NDC National Communication Team member. Sanso ana yenia Asante Solomon enso National Communication Team member edema the ruling New Patriotic Party. Penyefo amakwaba. Apomi ye de.
Ejana dumo ne mpa ba wabie yen ama de pa bi a chie.
Amaliba na otwe wi na ti sei.
Se gabi ocha da kunum eka ho ne sika ntumi nje mai ne de ye de o mai ne emujo so long as o man pin nan kasa ko wi sika $800 million ye che no obeka che through the Mary renovation deal obeka se misleading as sika no yan san kan ne de ye de so nje beba so long as a buy no de esla get fund ene sika wo se Kenya eye foto a wo se de bo man no ho bra o de kusia o wagi sika ni na o de adware wo wi mu a o man ni mu aye de ne de I beka ho asema imre no minua so no say eyema na me de enya mame na enya magana fo yewu afidie aban na so aban no de oye no ordinance aso gana fo ano no de asawa kese pa bobo hye ahwenim no de ahoma de acheche ye kon denden ohume be bia nyeye we are suffocating to death mampine kufu adomi ya kame komi nkotodwe na mbom I hardly do such things yewu we are dying enti enkoye minua enkoye kwa enkoye aba bodo be nya
Era Solomon akwaba na wo twa wie na nem te sei
na wo twa wie no mi se niema nkitinkiti bi a ni pe ho so hwe na otututu no mi adom etimi mani eyi ene mbe hia minua Aruna na America so last week e be hia na wanya flu bi emi se nyame adom flu no eno ba ya mbisa no so flu no nyame adom eko ti se onu de onkai de nyame ya ma no na onyi nyame aye se o year me pese me kai no de nyame ya ma no so no de adanse anwumre ya kire me se obaye as a brother me ye concern me say Amaliba o flu net se o so nyame adom eye na se wanya simpie se ya transo na ye bisa na obe tutum nyankopon se na wo twa wie ye de nyankopon adom afedi ahode aba na wo se de bi enye yedi a na ese wo eni unyame a
okay
all right okay the gods are not to blame
yeah
ladu that's King Odiwale the first time we share the town people no we share wonu asema elders no ba ku chia no wonu asema response a crowd and the man no what are the use of greetings to a dying body onipa owunu what are the use of greetings to him
oni nyankopon tem entutuye no de ye ne sa
no aduane ne ye mamenka
code in de ko bata kom de
masa
code no wambo hu de ropo
ade achie me nidi
anti okay anyway
and I'm sure so many Ghanaians to nidi into one main what you am ya fine e be da was na mom e kom de
ebia na onye adwuma
all right yan shan komo na se first 15 on ye ensuo ne anyinam kane abo a yeto ma mesha se fefre ye nua ofre aban mu the last time a ye PRC for a revised tariffs was 2080 so me de kakan no omote ye ne ayo fie so ye nsuo so ene anyinam kane abo so omote so by 17.5% and omo de ye nwuma so yete so by 30% from 2018 ye ntehwe ene de aba ne se anyinam kane a 27.15%, electric ensure associate 21.55%. Is the timing right?
Medasi bebre ofasami ye di kan ye di nchia kese be ma ye ahwefo anwumre yi. Tariffs increment na aba no. Because say ne obisa says the timing right. Said yes, ye wa ho. Here mu ewo we are safe na nyina Ghana so yeso yensa kan ye share de nso no tariff increment aba denti na was say ba was etimi ho say sebio utility service for utility service providers no womo so sebe womo edwa na womo die womo so atoto na omo de dane ho enema ni bi wo kura po amonu ni sika ene enema definitely emre ko eba no nyina na enema sakra we edwaman so ene enema definitely almost they are affected sebe se ye be pese ye beto so I enjoy service na womo de render ye na odwadini wakoto is no different from or driver ni o shenkani o say ya tu petrol mu fan wo mu ntino ono so wato hyen ebo mu because omo so omo de atoto ano omo de ye niam no de boy that's it ntino say entutu aba na mom dey see a share no say sa ntumuin ya de a omo ye o ma dwene so mpese omo ye no enya new mo say mri bi na water for proposal say mpese omo tumu 334% and sambre no na sa covid satan your covid mbiri yes am abiding in AC say there be ade we the member
at the beginning of this year
members na sebio ahu kire wo ho but even with that crap and look at the margin of percentage of drop about from 334 no afia omo ababe announce increment water no instead of 334% ananka omo propose no konyesie eni nkitahudie ana no baba akoba ne say 334 no enya de Ghana for yebetimi nti ama a drop aba 21.15% sebi se kane no na anka bosomi unsuo ka 50 cedis Ghana cedis and then no unsuo ka bosomi no ebe 60.77 pesos 60 cedis 77 pesos so na electricity so almost 148% nanka omo presanka omo de beye ntumuo no eno so anu baba enkonwesie ni akoba ne say wo sesebio omo teso e de ba from omo teso from 148% e de ba 27.15% se ene uto enyinam kania no uto credit no 50 cedis ena every month be auto say no every month no there was auto 63 cedis 17% just say 13 cedis 17% be ababa account e full say anamo aban etu say obe intercede ma ye ntimemfo say utility ampa mo kire say mo hweto mo de mani hwe eniema mo hia mo kra edidi dwuma no edi ma ye enyinam ahoden no esanso ma ye nsuo ma ye no mo no na nka ntumuo no nsuo ni de say ko 334% increment na abaitimi at deni na esimu ne mu akasa masabio akwakọ wie say instead of 334 no 21.15% na your friend is saying enyinam so the electricity a drop from 148% aba 27.15% no and that's here near dem aban se bi odwen timamufo ho ene se bi ahokire wo we ase afa na nyina Ghana so yeso yensa kan your fair share of that ahokire no ama omo proposed tariff rate no a drop about down cry because at the 334 na tiba 21 na lechere se bi the gine mu kan bi ma timamufo no ye na why ade na mo me the way ye your friend is say me the tutu 2015 nya new tariffs be and it was effective December 14th 2015
okay
sa tariff na eba no na eno so almost saying water for almost 400.2%.
Okay.
And ECG say 128.6%. And almost almost tum. Ya can see any ko wie chire bia omotete so aban ne omkasa omoye ombem aban den ene omkasa omoye nkonwesie ne asefo se ne na aban we so aka bia boayen no 400.2% of water no e drop by 67.2%. And 128.6% of proposed increment on electricity no drop by 59.2%. Sambre no na sebi pandemic bi ni o sambre na yesi wiase afa na ho kire bibia sa ni ho as compared to say mprempren ayewu mu na mom sambre no ye te so no ye te so edi ba ye man ebedu 59.2 electricity percent as compared to ena ye wa hohihie mu ye wa ho kire mu no aban timi de na asiyo ama entumuo no anko no say 2015 ye call no 59.2% na emum afi no 27.15%. Sa so na wo bensuo no so a sa 2015 na ne ye hohihie bia mu ti senye ye wo mu say pandemic bia mbebo mu bia ni friend covid bia by then external factors ama ye economy no esa logo bi no sa eyi no bibia sa ni ho by then now so no ye teso no from the proposed 400.2% now water for a proposal ye ye teso na ban ni omo sin konwa kasa ye teso no ekoba na say ye teso aba 67.2 na all the to ene ayewo ohihie mu ene ahokire ewiase afana nyina Ghana yesa ka ye fair share of the ahokire ewiase afana nyina ahokire no ye teso no anka obi the normal reasonable human reasonable person no will be thinking say bi ahihie mu ni sika 7 ne ma dollar cost ne ma we die ye be teso from your friend is saying 334 no nanka was teso aba from krapo na enye say ba bedu 21.15%. Now so no afia ye wa ahihie mu no na do danko ekufu ado his excellence na ban MPP aban abomodin any tariff your friend is saying PURC for no edin nkita ho ama so tie no aba 21 in the north share there me pa kire say nyame aye adom ntumu aba ewo ye tariffs eye nsuo ni electricity but ntumu we e buy no do compare 2015 14 December ntumu e buy ye utimi mu say afi we die eye aba down just say the aba say na electricity na eye say na be 27.15 no as at you know na 59 just say more than 100%. Ena uba water no so a afi no omodi ama 21.15% no eno so in 2015 no December 14th eno so take effect no eno so cost 67 eno so hwemu a is akoye more than friends 300%. Enti no awuhia we mu nyina akire no ntumo ya gitumu se omo mu hia se wo so mu tumu no ntumi emiti eniema omo de ye productions no now so no se bi ntumo no as compared to
we to
omo de amaye to bo the mesreti mamufo no se ye ti ase se emira ye womu se na me de ahyenkafo de ye example no ahyenkafo obukoto fanwo fuel no mo de egu omo kai mu so okoni ya tumu a ontimi nka se ahyen fair no a oje ne dada ne no a na oje e wo so tumu the same way eye won so omo maye utility services eye electricity ni water yi omo so omo won niam bi omo to chemicals ni niam bebre omo to omo ni nyina so sa dollar yi apagya ne mu as against the cedi enu ebia na omo du dwa na omo di akra niam aba ti niam ekoso na hu be hia se bi e wo so omo tu ye nyina enim from 2018 and omo de be tu dwa se omo person omo tum at this rate ema 2018 no ye buy MPP aban buy no ye residential we no residential 17 point yes 5%. Ye teso ye buy ye teso ye buy na increment b 2015 increment b rise am adena call electricity call 59.2% ye be teso by 17.5% and this should be noted. MPP aban na do aban sebio odwene timamfo ho no ye buy no na tariff no was 59.2 for electricity and for water 67.2 but for electricity
2018
yes 17.5 reduction for residential and 30% reduction for non residential so say dey ebe mu mai tutumu say aban we aban enti enye me nwanwa say odi sa new tariffs here ebebe 27.15 21.15 odi betutu eye 2015 dey ba ye ho 59.2% and 67 for water. 67.2 to say yes.
Also 2015 now there was no pandemic. And now sa ho kire bi no but abani increase.
Increment as compared to say now
as you speak there's pandemic. And it's a pandemic in 2015. Now a 2 months and a pandemic wo ho no. I didn't know was a 2 months require him say pandemic yi. Enya bankwa na affected. Russia Ukraine war enya bankwa na esu. So after all this Russia Ukraine war and the pandemic, why do we still have to increase utilities?
Yeah, me dey say Osama Messi su biem na obi afa no betra me video ho wasan ate de me kan ana oni ho. De me pa kire ne say me di ahyenkanfo kra ye example. Me say ahyenkanfo kra po no. So okoto fuel na net 10 cedis. Na se oji wo fair no e bia 2 cedis. So china okoto fuel no na say fuel na move from 10 cedis to 15 cedis and now 10 cedis to 12 cedis. On to me sign farm do the same entina almost so ye two fan wonu mu a na kwese so because sabio ade na odi be di dwa no de wakọ bebia wo na jiw se sika no so ogije nketewa nsa na obo ano a entimi mani miti ni fuel no crap na okoto ye na yatomo no sa so na utility service providers almost so womu won niema omo so omtoto de ye omo enjuma a omo de serve ye de maye enyinam ahoden esan so de maye nsuo portable water a yenya ewo ye fiefie mu ene ye dwuma mu e de ye ne ye pese ye de ye enti no se ye pese omo toso e maye sa services ne de a na wo se wo mo so eniema asa bi omo toto e krade ba ne niema omo titi maye sa service no e wo so omo so mutimi di ntumo kakra toto ze na be omo so betimi meet sa eye cost of production. That is it. Intimi da wasese we bisa me say be man say sinipi ama timamufu a omo ante kane na de mekae no no mate ase ehu ahia ehu be hia sebi se wo si etumu nemo ade de wo sa ntumo we nimu no say ye wo ahunyenhia mu kura po no ye ntumu na eye utility service for the PRC for the abrain no ente se sebi tamani ye ni ahunyenhia mu eye 2015 14 December it take effect electricity near 2 by 59.2% na insuo so ye 2 by 67.2% ente sa samre wa yehia mu kwa pon anka the reasonable being ne beka so samre mu kwa pon anka wo se kosoro na so amba ne sa because ye wa ban a of course say ye wo ahuyehia mu ye wo pandemic when fine cause Russia Ukraine are affecting ye nyina se be ne timamu fo so no almost they have been affected ente no say ye de betumu a eni se ye de tumu denden wo de nya ne kakra bi soft na sebio wo muntimi eno ho nsusuanso na aba ende a chese ye kire se this year this NCBR and within the next few weeks no ntumo no be shase aye adwuma 27.15% on electricity and then 21.15% on friends water no itina de woman emom say na medi kan no aban adwene timamfo ho nti no na do ye by 2018 na sebi ote enyinam rate no so tariff not so reduce for residential purposes no reduce by 17.5% and now for non-residential purposes no reduce by 30%. No nim assemble ko ye enika was reduction we afi new tariffs ya ba ho and they said ye wo aban still or person demonstrate or drink timamufo ho any ahunyehi asabio aka timamufo so no ntino oye ne say ye hwa de ni mu yie na eya na ye ka say residential na sabi ye we bi ni mu a non-residential ye we bi ni mu ye classify some ye non-residential especially bi an why container bi store bi na we hairdressing yes oye commercial nti na non-residential nti no electricity for mo ba be ye wo no meter na ye say more commercial meter so na nsuo who such places now you know so you see commercial because non-residential now so sansa cry buy afi there you are taking staff for into consideration. Include hairdressers, welders, carpentry shops, barbering shops, chop bars, any others. What's small scale businesses now. Almost enyinamani so ni niema no because ohwemwa no correct. Ese sankrofon you dey almost cry but below residential payment.
Okay.
Dey ntia me gitumu na me feel say me foaso pa say abane sa ne say ubefo obi ti say bi obi oye barbering shop. Barbering shop ubeko ho no ebia na oyusu ne barbering shop as ojina ne nice oyusu ebia air condition o ne clippers of the 3 ene bia TV bi bo ho ebo ho o sha safety anopa eduro nyimre opon okofie so now for residential bi wo ho a itiano pa because ebia efie bi wa nipa ni fifia enye se bibia ayatum ene efie bi also a compound house yesi a residential obi ko edun obi tifie obi ko night obi aba omu use blender ye we heater won sare etiro bo se omu crap rate no omu use no crap no ya akobro sa bodwa barbering shop ne omu constant se ka se ye de omu ba below
a ye adwumanya profit ne me a media say be for can say for living consume keke ka wan o san ko se tu
eno ni asem no nanso no say be by the end of the day it boils down to power na we consume no
okay
and e ka na we dey buy no
15 minutes na twam 1 minute be ka ho ma men kan first message na fe yenko ye nua ye amaliba ho we see MPP you are power drunk when you are in when we are in a junk economy you only think of how to break the eight nanado God is looking at you Silvanus Ashaman the way free about special prosecutors should be bold enough and deal with those involved in the PDS scandal and those who shot and kill innocent souls in the 2020 elections. Silvanus Ashama was saying, Same, good evening. This is new name. This is the new name of our president, Nana Addankwa Akufo-Addo. Dr. Mahamudu Labianca Bawumia, Madam Rebecca Labianca Kufu, Madam Samira Labianca Bawumia. I'm Ike from a year Kumasi Medifra, but just so affidavit, just say, do you Registering today is one of your best. You are looking so good. I'm Ike from Kumasi. Ike Midaspa. Registering in Kumasi, monthly salary is 200 Ghana cedis, 250 Ghana cedis. The biggest is 300 Ghana cedis or 400 Ghana cedis. I'm Ike from Kumasi Nadiaba. Yeah, sure. First, Kumasi Microphone below about 5,000. It's a good evening, Sammy. It is crazy, very crazy. The timing of this increment is very wrong. I'm saying it is crazy because it looks like some people want to kill us so that they have this country for themselves. These people should know that there are also pensioners in this country who receive 350 Ghana cedis a month as pension. How can they pay such high tariffs? We are already saddled with so many taxes and levies without any increment in our pension. It is crazy, very crazy. We can't bear it anymore. Shangabe, and they Abba. It's a pensioner so pensioners are suffering. Very good evening, Captain. In 2016, Nanado told Ghanaians to try him, and Honorable Ofuso Ampofu told Ghanaians that governance is not palm wine for you to taste, and when it does not taste good, you reject it. They borrowed for Kinky and Wachi Party, and now the economy has broken and the ordinary Ghanaian are suffering high cost of living, high fuel prices, and high utility tariffs. Indeed, useless ones in government, do or die, and vigilant. In 2024, Patrick Kojo Ajoyi, aka Pato Okre, constituency executive member, hopeful, keep up the good work. Video about say MPP communicators just come to the studio to bark like dogs instead to talk about the fact. Silvanus Ashaman, we say, if the cost of living is going up like this, how come the government and the constitution says our minimum wage should be 13 Ghana cedis, 53 pesos? I think the minimum wage is not enough. I can tell you on a fact that some get paid 400 Ghana cedis per month. What can 400 Ghana cedis do for you in Ghana today? The youth must rise and change this constitution. From G-Brain Edifree Ashaman. We should tell the MPP man that if Amaliba is free of flu, it does not mean the cost of living of Ghanaian is fine. You should talk sense and stop the comedy. He is just like Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, the so-called economic messiah. My name is Beck Seto from Medina. Is the NPP people know what is going on in this nation at all? It seems they are not ready to fix the economy. And fact is that they can't do anything. And it's better they shut up. We see that they about another 15 on red. I mean, kakra. We say my name is Big Seto from Medina, Makai. We say this MPP guy and MPP apparatus what has code got to do with the hardship we are facing? In fact, he is not serious. What crime did we do to deserve this incompetence, useless batch of thieves in government? Abba, what is this? We are heading for something only God can save us. Prince Fritama. We say hello, good evening. This MPP people, they don't have any good thing for this country. I'm Father David. We say good evening, Sammy, and your panel. Upon all the hardship we are going through, these people are still adding salt to our wounds again. Here we are. Only God can help us. If not, Agotimebo Johnson, the free inside East Legon. Good evening, Mr. Host. This government is a disgrace to this country. Their communication team are not even romantic in lying anymore. Disgrace people. Dear Hunter, please find out what criteria is used to determine minimum wage in Ghana, because our minimum wage is low. The Chinese and Lebanese use us, go do their work and pay us less just because our constitution supports it. Sammy, please stop bringing these MPP people in the show. They make us angry. Just look at how he's talking like he's from Uganda. I don't think he's Ghanaian. Sammy, please stop him. He doesn't know what he's talking about. I'm Ike from Kumasi. This MPP man does not go to church. Does he go to church? I don't think he will even go to heaven. How? Which country had enough money than Ghana in the COVID era? May God punish Nanado and his appointee, Silvanus Ashaman. Good evening, Mr. Hunter. You see, the problem of our politicians, they always want to compare what is happening in their administration to their predecessors. They should fix their country. They should fix the economy and stop the comparison, because that is the reason why we voted for them. Abu Edifi Tamale. Sammy, look, if the MPP goes on like that, always comparing with the period of the NDC, then they don't deserve to be in government. They are a big disgrace to governance and must bow their heads in shame. Shangabe, Nodiaba, please ask the MPP man that he didn't feel ashamed of himself, of what he's saying. I'm Gutson from Caprice. Good evening, Sammy. In fact, you are doing a great job for Mother Ghana. Please, is the MPP man in your studio lives in Ghana or a different planet? Upon all this hardship you are putting Ghanaians through, you are still blaming Mahama for it. Shame. I'm Ekurase Nikanika, incoming Deputy Communication Officer for AM Fantimai. But you have a message in the first batch in this year. Na me engage Amaliba, Mivia Mesabam. So Amaliba also 50 minutes.
Sammy Medasi, I mean, chia na minchia ahefo.
Mr. Medasi, papa.
We see. Nah, sorry. Asante, yes.
Solomon Asante.
Solomon Asante, yeah, that's it. Now I mean, fun check, I see my party in Pirin Fuina. I mean, chia me made the honorable MP for Timpano constituency. That is Sharif Abdul Nasir, a neck member, and the incoming chairman for Greater Accra, Chairman Michael Tete. Sammy, Pachomami 1 minute on.
Time.
Yeah, I can say we won't hear me pa. Also, currently, me so me yellow. Now, thank you. Barely a month ago, General Legal Council directive by I undertaking a senior some cultural law entrance exams to Makola. They are required to sign that undertaking. Now, that undertaking have come at the time where last year there was agitation about 499 students or more fail or more unjustly. Okay. But let me take you back to down memory lane. This is Ghana Web Report on Wednesday, 25th September 2019. Report over the by NSA. 2019 law student exams. 128 out of 1,820 students passed the entrance exams. How come say 120 or they say only 128 in a past year out of 1,820 students? When this report came out, students agitated. The resultant outcome they say almost smart soldier for na put for almost the water cannon any pepper spray this year student no ebu from petition and fear chiriba no nobody listened to it. Then we came to 2019. Now 2019 we report a Monday 5th October 2020 almost passed 1,045 students out of 2,763 students are almost here. And you know why that person ever? That person came after President Mahama have launched the People's Manifesto, okay, on the 8th September 2020. You know, promising a sound legal reforms if NDC were voted into office. And then the prompted General Legal Council, Emma Ghana Law School, awarded that person at the buyer. Now, after that person came, 2020, you about 2021. 2021 exams no ekotre ya omo fairly 499 students unjustly a day a lot of agitations eba ya parliament club ekasabi. And then you go 2022 omo ko further directive na ba. Just to just to make sure that the hands and the feet of the student are tied up. So they be ya exams ni wie na you failure, you have no right to even go back and ask for script about marking, the marking scheme which was used, the results you can't even see it. I mean, we can't live in the 21st century operating under the Jim Crow system in the United States around the 17th century. That the man said, say, Mr. Yao Achampo Boafo, the president of the Ghana Bar Association, Edna, who is also a member of the General Legal Council. Edna no better to who be. Who knows what kind? Also, the father you want to be a lawyer doesn't mean you should become one. Has he forgotten that under Article 21 of the Constitution, legal education is part of our right? Doesn't he know that? That the fundamental human right we enjoy as people of this country include legal education. I think this is very draconian. And the faculties know how much we pay a student to acquire LLB. Only for 7 or 8 people to sit at the General Legal Council and stop you that you cannot go further. The faculties must help the student to fight this battle. Of course, we know. I will not advise anyone to go to court. Dr. Nsia Rebecca, that a ban legal council issue, legal education issues are what they call court, the judges will not rule in your favor. Therefore, I won't advise anyone to go for that. But I want to conclude on this subject by saying that President Akufo-Addo government is inimical to your advancement. That is why you must come together as a youth and kick them out of office. So that as a Ghanaian, I can realize my dream of whoever I want to become, irrespective of where I come from, my political colors, my background, economic, political, and social affiliations. This kind of discriminatory system, we are Snadiachi and Ibiaba, they should change their mind. Okay. Having said that,
baby. Okay, so opposite to be time, so
okay, what time on so now work because we are dealing with it. Sameuni, we da ma me free o, if we are say it's so, and then da me ro hopa. Now I feel terrible as a Ghanaian. This material point in time. Now, baby, Omampini Akufo-Addo edi abine kono, eni omine kono. Before I even come to the substantive issue, Mami Busa Bank of Ghana, this question we answer. Dr. Addison, nini mpini mfutia ombe yano, ye presidential sword na faifa. Because we know yes, ye sure Mampini we are opeja, a symbol of authority na ewaifa.
Na sani die ho man.
A gold, right? A pure gold. Good. I am asking a question. Presidential sword na ewehe. Yanti omonka yebesa babium. Tame. People have called upon the government, the president, to reshuffle the government. And a lot of people are demanding that, including MPP members and Ghanaians at large. I am not in support of the reshuffle. The whole government must resign. And I'll be very glad someone Pine Kufuado better than the resignation letter or China. Now Baumed need the account and all the ministers among Cotton chain. Then new team and be sure mine so at least within 3 to 6 months as the constitution provide near trouble be any new leaders. So because they have outlived their usefulness. Winning. Why are we here? Early this year, and ECG and the Ghana Water Company a proposal on more tariffs increment, right? They started doing national and they started doing regional town hall meetings to elicit views from civil society organizations, the general public, institutions, what have you. At the end of the day, a more increment now by may take effect on September 1st. But let's look at a few things. Abraham did that proposed increment, they gave 2 or 3 reasons. The reason number 1, and they say, during the COVID, a buying the cancer or issue free, or my light free. CSOs, opposition parties, the general public, ask the government or Mampenya Kufuado, ensure would they mano, are you giving it to us because you want to buy vote? Craftily, abandon me as a nano. But yet, 2 abandon 2021 budget. Abandon introduced no less than 3 or 4 taxes new, including COVID-19 tax, recovery tax, right? Boiler tax. And the existing taxes, a bimu cost as much as 300%. A bimu cost 200%. And what have you? All these things were sika accrued to the bino. But sadly, Ghana Water Company, almost talk chemicals, almost the refining issue. And those chemicals, they bought them from the world market. And Tomo can say, Sikaden can say a bino Eddie Beshem because also Ghana phone 12 shuka. There will be a gap. That gap, the government must fill it. A bino 12 Sikano. Even after they have brought in taxes again for 8 years, now existing taxes no. Of course, also mutual because when I go upon Chroma can join news. Say Abina Boka 19 billion Ghana cedis. There is a hole in the first. There's a hole in the budget. Therefore, government need those new taxes to fill up. That's Ghana Bina G and one farm call. Both water and electricity company one farm more. Therefore, Sakana still remains. Another reason also
but Ghana Water Company I remember Ghana Water Company forecast the government has finished paying their debt.
As and when? Because it was part of the reasons that they gave. It was part of the reason they gave. Another reason, I almost say, Galamsey operations are threatening Omojumo, particularly Ghana Water Company. We could tell some stories from the Ghana News Agency publications relative to this story. Galamsey threatens water supply in Western region. When is it okay Ghana? This this is a Ghana web. This is a Ghana Water Company on some website, and the Ghana News Agency. Ghana Water Company alarmed over threat of illegal mining. You get that? Galamsey threatening water supply in Western region. Okay, but the bottom line is abandoning supervision of the Galamsey operations for the past 5 years. I destroy your water bodies in a larger proportion. Therefore, more operations and no sika also Ghana Water Company in here at the refining issue the board akosro. Therefore, they need more money in order to meet that operational cost. The last thing on the buyer was about the city dollar. The exchange rate differentials. And that exchange rate differentials, whose control is? And you when you say, or say, exchange rate ni bejina. So the buy young facility P and call you small dollars. And you buy your. So you can renege on your duty, your primary responsibility as a government to manage the economy and manage it well. So the buy a Ghana for whom better and you turn around and blame your incompetence and your inefficiency on COVID-19. So I was like, you see, Sansa na mo kanu, I have buffalo sem, ya bremo, munyaka. What a COVID and then Ukraine war. Yeah. I think it's time for you people to find a new excuse. Day in and day out. You keep on blaming COVID-19 in Russia, Ukraine, meaning that now we just abandon any solution. Be our neighbor. But apart from some increment we have minority caucus in parliament, I issue press statement. And yet 27% per water, so the whole country, is it 27 or 21? And yet that percentage, you know. So what team minority for press statement or more banner ready, you know, here, and Chechimo Modia banner, are cost by 34%. And you are now looking for a convenient ventilator to dissipate your inefficiency and lack of leadership. You go back to 2015. President Mahama government, that government is dead and gone. The mantle now lies on your shoulders, you guys, to solve the problems. Why don't you go to Rawlings' era, Professor Mensah's era, or Kufuor's era? Those governments now belong to history. Ni wo onnen yeka. Abide call. Manot, how do you call it? Can operate a call parliament. One can say the petrol or the petroleum sector, there is a windfall of over $500,000 a year profit are buying a year within this period. So if the profit margin of $500,000, oh, why can't government use it as a cushion to support the general public, given the current situation we are in? You ask him a brilliant question, but he conveniently avoided it. Onipa ne ho chire no obre no ye sanso de how eba no so biom enye bia ye so onyini ne ntumi de nanka boy kachiri ai ye so nanka ne ntumi de onyini boy kachiri ha mo wo yitu so man ni mo ayede adwuma foka tua nkosoro eno ma bo kwa na ekosoro mo sa betu petrol boom by 5.5%. Petrol bo be kosoro eno bo be sa kosoro biom mo de nkane ntumu aba enso de be pi so biom. How do we survive? How do we survive? So Hunter, this increment is avoidable. It could have been avoided if the government had acted prudently from the beginning. But how did we get here? You have to admit and apologize to the people. Banks are local banks, what Gusa banks need by kicking thousands and thousands of Ghanaians to go and stay home without job. They were paying income tax to government. Banks they were paying corporate income tax to the government. So what comes out banks where are you going to get the revenues from? You won't get it. There are some good banks in the Sika banks also 9 billion. And committing me idea some you wickedly came to office, increased minimum capital requirement from 100 million Ghana cedis to 400 million Ghana cedis.
From 150 million
from 150 to 400 and asked the bank to recapitalize within 1 year. At the same time, banks in the bush say what bought every buy her. At the year you are buying the same interest can mamo. How would they get them to recapitalize? Then you turn around and collapse the banks. And then at the same time, what you guys can do is to use approximately 25 billion Ghana cedis to collapse the banks. I mean, who does this? Who does this? And now, baby, I'm going Ghana go bedroom. There is no end of our hardship in sight. That's why the government is lamenting and lamenting. And I pay more contestant or call deputy national women organizer. Ellen Dako, I said, okay. So expect more negative ratings from the negative downgrade from the rating agencies. Government cannot get money. Why? Because you guys have lost credibility in the international market. And I'm going to mean some crazy bonds because apart from El Salvador, Ghana is the second country in the world that have the highest risk of debt default. Yet still have become a junk currency. This is what you people are pretending over. In effect, Ghana, you need economy biome.
Okay. Yenuya Walanyo Ewakete say PURC should not put unnecessary burden on the citizenry. Do they want us to starve to death before our due time? This is inhumane and purely insensitive increment and what they abba. Yenuya Nana Edu or say Hey, the obetimi aka na de bio na beka. Na nakua so say Nyankopon kwa na betimi asave. Ba me nkwa na me nkoka WhatsApp messages na abade me ba no abete. Also de no. Our quick one. Take me to WhatsApp fast. 1 2 3 blah 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 10 time anytime. Yeni ade dey about say me can do him fa. But message go atwan yeni. I got a good evening, Sammy. This is okay, Maka. So we say hello, people don't have good things. Okay. Silvanus, I can't do her. We say ask the MPP man 60% of 10 Ghana cedis during Mahama era and 27% of 200 Ghana cedis Nanado era, which is more expensive era. Give us a break, Stephen Edifikumase. We say good evening, Sammy. I'm very surprised about this MPP man. Look at him coming to justify these incremental charges. God save this country. I think he is confused. We say good evening, Original TV. I'm Jehovah from Old Asherman Pure Water. Please, I want to know if the MPP communicators are now in training to speak to Ghanaians, because most of them speak, when they speak, they make me angry because of we voted NDC out because we thought they were the worst. So why is he comparing themselves to NDC if they have done something better, selling our color TV for water gun? Boss, tell the MPP man that we are not case, okay? When all these things are increasing, what is government doing about the workers' pay? Check the increase percentage of goods and fuel, etc. Why is fuel cheaper in Togo? Check the dollar rate too. You should give us a break. Hello, Mr. Sam. All the MPP guys are all singing and rap. Should shut up there. This is Sammy Johnson. Sammy Johnson will say again, please tell the MPP man to stop deceiving himself, because the reduction he was talking about doesn't have any effect on the citizens. If you like, take 2016 bill and compare with 2018 reduction. You will see whether what he was talking is about true. We see the timing of the tariff hike is too bad. The MPP guy in the studio is just doing his best to keep his job. He is not feeling the heat because his bill will be covered. I was expecting a personnel from PURC, Consumer Protection Agency, and ECG at the studio to educate and elaborate on the tariffs. See how they are finding difficult to explain cost of technical production of the utility. MPP, NDC never again. Ejawusu edififise no deaba. My name is Freeman Awunyama. Was share live from Eko Komlimle. Tell the MPP man if they are talking, they should not mention God's name because they don't know God. They are evil. Good evening, Sammy. Why do you always invite wicked, selfish politicians to your show to defend rubbish? Nana Eji. This democracy. Bit much no message in our WhatsApp number the screen so for 3 minutes. Now so can be before yes our legal conversation any and kind of person cabino. Then we move on to a hope Sinado stoking fire in the MPP.
Oh, Sammy, come on, did you drive fire Ghana legal? But idea law students seriously because cultural exams now cultural no conditions they are to answer na wakowura na why you wadwene po say okay me kwa cultural no conditions ne say gitumu say who ye undertaking say and social na kwa cultural no marking scheme ade ono be mark no ogina so susu dua ogina so de mark e wo no enya ade a ye be na available to you You cannot also request for say ye remark you paper amount. Just say according to bibia koye bibi secretive you don't say we are means was no anka laws so there. Ye bibi ade ye sua wo mu no emra ne ye mra o. Say na o kan article 21 the right to education. Oh, got chapter 6 of the constitution now. And also can chapter 6 na article 37 now. Okay, about education objective of government. Quite was a buying a shana timamufu person more educated a shana objective na etimi edimu. That is directive principles of state policy. And so, and share the Ghana, Omono share and so umbrana, yes, you anymore. Look at the Niamamo to
what is their motivation?
You can't tell. One was a 499 issue nearby last year. You see, a binum echo requested for just Omanya Aquanyanko, the law school.
At the end of the day,
yes,
they were forced
a court in later, no, court the judgment by say. This is they should be allowed or see it to me a mom yes say it is that 499 now to me ego into it. Now I think they took cue from that say see na be ko idea and if I'm rubbing to her na nipa no no so ba be try entrance exam no undertaking on sign it.
Do they feel say nkrofo esuan law no doors do and basa some people job will be
me say a lawyer for ye hia wo man mu no ye nya nyaaye a lawyer for ye hia wo man mu no ye nya every assembly be so nya lawyer o. Mr. A lawyer for here or my mono. Yenya because of near cost when say I'm supposed to write the entrance this year 2030 but no say na dey corner for the when this fresh in aba no omo dey me nua no omo go transfer na me join next year
we set agenda on this
why should it be so omo dey dey na say ne okwabrane kokasa Ghana Bar Association president
let's move on
your desire to become a lawyer does not necessarily mean say
but sometimes too so o kwa say o person call heaven interest say who have call heaven and anya say so kwa so who have person call heaven interest say automatically who have call heaven me you sure say that no but anyway as still be a bit